What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. Today we'll be unboxing a Sega Genesis Core System. So if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. What's up, everyone? So I have a Sega Genesis Core System right here, and I know everyone probably sees that this is a Model 2, but if you didn't know, this is a Model 2, and I'm gonna unbox it and show you guys what came with it and all the goodness about it. Now, to start off, you can see I have it right here. It says the Core System because you weren't getting any games or anything extra. It was just the system itself. And as you can see, I still have a price tag for $89.99 for this. So this box looks really great. You've got the 3 different colors here stating what it is. You have the massive Genesis logo and all that cool stuff. You've got the Genesis up front and you have the console. Now on the top here, it just says plainly Genesis, and on the sides it as well says Genesis, and also on the bottom. So that's really cool. They did a good job branding this and saying, hey, this is the Genesis. No matter how it is stacked, you will know that this is the Sega Genesis. And on the back, it talks about some cool peripherals like the Mega Fire or the 6-button controller, and also talks about the Sega CD, which is really cool. And then it talks about some hot games for the Sega Genesis. So that's cool. You've got some really good ones like Streets of Rage 2. You've got Echo the Dolphin. You've got Sonic 2, obviously, and Jurassic Park, and you got some wacky ones over here. You got Shining Force, that's a really great one. You've got some football, a baseball, a boxing one, Batman Returns, all sorts of goodness right here. You got your screenshots and all that. So I really like the branding of this. It says, hey, we're Sega, this is what we're doing, and I really enjoy that. So I'm gonna open this bad boy up and show you guys what it came with. And yes, this box is beat up and it's been opened 100 times, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like and all that cool stuff. So I'm just gonna open it up right here. And as you can tell, it kind of just all slides out at once. Oh, and this actually has some games in it. I didn't even realize these games were in here. They're Triple Score and college footballs. So it's not anything fancy, but it's cool that there are these games. This Triple Score is actually pretty cool because it has hang-on columns and soccer. So if you're looking for a 3-card game, this is actually a pretty good one, to be honest. And I have in here a 6-button controller to show you guys kind of what that's about. If you didn't know, this is what the 6-button looks like. I'll move the cords out of the way. And so here is your 6-button controller, and you have your ABC, your XYZ, your D-pad, and your start button, and then also the mode button, which is also cool to have on your Sega Genesis. Then we have the original one, which is a little bit bigger, a little bit blockier, but this is just the 3-button Sega Genesis controller. So if you're interested in any of those, that's what that looks like. You probably know, it's pretty generic. Then you have the system itself. Now this one is a little dusty because it has been in this box for quite a while, to be honest. I do not use this one because it came with the box and I don't want it breaking or anything, so I just leave it in here, and that's kind of cool. Now it does come with, yet again, a dusty instruction manual, which has some cool stuff in, like how to plug it in to your TV, how to plug it into the wall, all kinds of cool stuff, how to set it up, your normal stuff, nothing too crazy. Then you have, what fell on the ground was this controller manual, shows you how to use the controller, so that's pretty cool. Then I got some more paper stuff. You got the bag, of course, that it came in, but you have postcards to win stuff. And then you have this cool poster. And I remember these posters, and these things are some awesome ones, to be honest. It shows you a bunch of screen captures of games on the system. If I can ever get this thing open. Yep, here's more screenshots of some really great games, and it even mentions the TV tuner and the Game Gear, so that's cool. You've got Night Trap actually is on this. That's kind of interesting that Night Trap is on this one. You also have Tom and Jerry. You got Final Fight up there. You got Sherlock Holmes. You've got, let's see, what else do we got here? You have Echo the Dolphin on here twice. You got one down here and then one down here. Oh, Sega CD games. I just realized that. Sega CD games, Game Gear games, and Genesis games. So that's pretty cool. And on the back here is a really rad Jurassic Park's Sega Genesis poster. Okay, so now that I figured out how to fold that poster, I'll continue on. It comes with a power cord, which is all wrapped up in here, which is kind of lame. I should have wrapped these up a little bit better. You've got your Sega Genesis power cord and all that heftiness to it. And then, sadly, it looks like this one came with the crappy coax converter, which I guess is better than RF. But you would plug this into the system on the back here, and you would plug this into the TV. One thing to make note of before I put this up is that the Sega Genesis did not actually have any kind of other ports other than the AV and the power adapter. Now, it did have that side port for the Sega CD, which has not been used, obviously. And then you've got the cartridge slot up on the top. You've got the power button and the reset button, and the little LEDs to tell you that it is on or off. And then you've got the two controller ports. So this is the Sega Genesis Model 2, which is nice and small compared to the behemoth that is the Model 1. You do lose the audio port and the slider for the volume for the headphones, but other than that, I definitely prefer the Model 2 because it definitely takes up less room. Okay, so that is what the Sega Genesis Core System looks like and what it came with. Now, it didn't come with those games that were in this box. Those are kind of a surprise, but everything else that's included, it came with, minus the 6-button controller in there as well. So, if you guys are on the lookout for a Sega Genesis, I say you definitely pick up a Model 2 because it is smaller. Now, the Model 3 is even smaller, but it can't do certain things like the 32X or the Sega CD. So that's why I think the Model 2 is in the perfect spot for you guys if you are looking for a Sega Genesis. Now, I want to say I picked this up for like 40 bucks here locally, which is a really good deal. It's not too expensive, but it's not super cheap either. So I got what I wanted out of it, and so that's pretty cool. And I'd also like to comment that it was interesting that they sold this core system without any games, because nowadays if you sell a console without a game, it's kind of normal, but back then getting a console without a game packaged in or multiple games packaged in was kind of not a thing. So that's really what surprised me when I found this one. With that one being said, I just want to thank you guys for watching the channel. Don't forget about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Big Cartel. All that stuff is below in the description. That Patreon is still open and all that stuff. It's got 3 tiers if you want to give. It is just a donation jar. Don't feel like you have to give. There are 3 tiers, like I said. The dollar tier, which gets your name at the end of the video and gets you videos a day or 2 early. The second tier is $5 or more, which gets you the Discord server chat. And if you give $10 or more, you get the t-shirt. With that being said, check out all the social media if you're interested. I'm going to be gone when I actually publish this video. I'm going to be out of the country, so hit up the social media and see what I'm up to there. So with that being said, I just want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. But with that being said, have a good day.